The Nikki Glaser Podcast. The Nikki Glaser Podcast.
Here's Nikki.
Hello, here I am. It's the Nikki Glaser Podcast. It's Thursday. It's Thursday. Welcome to the show. It's Cat Chat with Noah and Andrew.
Oh, yeah.
You guys are having a little cat chat before the show.
Cat chat.
What's going on with Cat Chat? Talk about cats.
Cats, cats. No, they.
Did you know this much about cats before you had one?
I had one in college. I just didn't really pay attention to it.
Yeah.
I didn't kill it.
Well, it died at your hands.
It died near my hands.
It died. Yes, it died at.
Anyhow.
Do you honor its life through Mango?
Every fourth week.
Every time you leave, do you blow out all the candles?
Well,
what happened? Was it a heater?
What I did is I just lit its tail on fire and it went off to its head.
I hate when that happens and you forgot to blow out the cat's tail before you leave.
Serial killers do that too. We have
don't you have 9 lives? I don't remember the other 8.
Do. Wait, what did
Oh no!
Compared to your old cat, what?
No, I just didn't. I was always drunk and up until 4 a.m. So I didn't realize cats stay awake all night because I was awake all night, probably crying and writing poetry.
But wouldn't it be like flipping around and doing the things that Mango does, and wouldn't you be awake for that?
You would think.
You
I had no recollection of what this cat did.
Poor cat. You honestly could be possibly a serial killer based on how tortured that cat was.
Well, I'm too lazy. We've already established this.
This poor cat. Okay, so wait, what's going on with Mango?
Yeah, he died yesterday too.
No, shut up.
I froze him to death. I did a complete opposite.
He slept in my room overnight.
yeah, he's been sleeping a while now.
I was asking Andrew because Buzzy will keep either 3:30 or 4:30 on the dot. He jumps on the bed and he starts making biscuits on me, and he purrs. And
What's making biscuits? Oh, this kneading.
Yeah, it's like when the cat purrs and kneads, and I can't. I have to embrace it because it's such a special thing.
So
but he wakes me up, and it's just it's throwing off my sleep pattern. So I was asking Andrew if Mango does the same thing.
Are cats nocturnal?
Yes.
Why doesn't everyone know that?
I don't know. It's fucking wild what they do at night.
They only hunt at night?
I mean, I think that's in their blood.
But is your cat a kitty still? And so it still have that, puppy energy?
Yeah, I mean, Brennan still calls him a kitten. I think he's 7 at this point. But he's 10 months. I don't know when a kitten's not a kitten.
You've never Googled
I think after
when
a
this
year.
is going to stop?
I don't think it stops.
Yes, it does.
Uh-huh.
You definitely do not hear cat owners saying that my cat goes wild all night long, every night.
Yeah, they do it forever. Until you train it. You got to train it. You got to feed it early. You got to play with it right before you go to bed. You got to run them ragged.
Right. Well, can you just turn on the white noise and lock it out of the room and then not care?
Well, that's the rub is then you start hearing him make a bomb in the kitchen.
No, but I mean, if you put on white noise, you can't hear anything.
But as you know, I'm not a white noise man.
Oh yeah. Well, so
no, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. I mean, it's getting better. He's sleeping mostly through the night, and also he fucks with Brenna. He doesn't fuck with me at night because he likes her more.
Yeah.
So he'll sleep on her neck, causing a rash, which is pretty cool of him. And then he'll lick that rash a week later, like a fucking. Now that's a serial killer.
That is so weird.
Yeah.
Wait, he licks the rash he causes?
Yeah, it's fucking wild.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
wait, how does he get up to her neck to lick it?
What do you mean? On the bed.
So she sleeps.
Yeah, she sleeps on her back and he just fucking lays right on her
They're
neck.
very sneaky.
Did she train herself to do that?
I trained her. I got no woman of mine will be sleeping on their side expecting a cuddle.
So she sleeps her face does not touch anything?
I mean, she moves around. But even on your side, a cat can sleep on your neck. They're pretty limber.
That's true.
Did you ever sleep with have you ever dated anyone with a cat?
Well, my grandma died and we inherited her cat for the last couple years of its life, but it just hid underneath the bed and mourned to my grandma. We got on with our lives. But Tootsie couldn't let it go. We would just tempt my dog Speedo that we had when we inherited Tootsie. Speedo would be just so jealous of any attention we gave anyone else, mostly the cat. And so even after Tootsie's passing, we would literally hold anything and just go, "Oh, Tootsie, and he would just be like, and like try to get in. So forever. I mean, cereal boxes, the mailbox, a blade of grass. We could just go, oh, Tootsie, and he would just come over and be like, oh. So it was really cute that we would try to make my dog
dogs
jealous.
get so jealous.
Yeah, I
just
used
wanna
to try to
fucking-
fight my parents about how dogs don't get jealous because my dad would be like, well, no, you need to give Wiley a treat. And I'd be like, but Wiley didn't do anything.
Yeah.
And treats are supposed to train a dog. They're not just supposed to. So, you know, Luigi would sit and then we'd try to get Wiley to sit and he wouldn't sit. So we'd give Luigi a treat and then Wiley would have to get one because Luigi got one, but Luigi earned it. I'm all about
You earn a
earning
nap.
things.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
earn a
And
you
then
earn
I
a
kept him
treat.
up all night, sleep deprived
I
Wiley.
love giving a random treat to a dog for doing nothing.
I mean, I do that too when, you know, they're hungry for dinner too early or something. But
Yeah.
treats, I think if dog trainers are listening, I'm correct. And like you
Yes,
should only
yes.
give dogs because they get fat otherwise.
Oh yeah,
They're
I
just
think
eating
I think
snacks all
Mango's
day.
gonna be a fat like cat that like a kid that's fed McDonald's.
So if
at
you went
7.
downstairs right now, where would that cat be? What's it doing?
We bought him he looks like a mountain climber. He's got a thing.
You have a lot of things all over your house.
Yeah, my cat has turned. It's
what
turned into a
happens.
cat house.
It looks like a Burning Man for cats. You have all these sculptures and wooded like
Cactus.
yeah.
He's got a home. He's got this like weird. It looks like a Nazi symbol, but fun.
That's what I was talking about. That thing. It's
Yeah.
like a skull. It's like an art installation.
yeah. It was $20.99 on Amazon.
Okay. So
One day it'll be a lot though. I think.
yeah, we good investment. Once it's
so
ravaged by your cat.
There's a thing on the wall. You suction it to the fucking window.
cat shelves.
And it just cats like to be high. They like to fucking look you in the eye when they want to fucking tell you what's up.
What is fun about having a cat?
They're fucking fun. My cat is dope.
But tell me why.
Like he'll fucking when he plays fetch, the motherfucker can jump like 9 feet in the air. It makes me think a tiger could jump 80 feet in the air, just based off of his size. Like seriously, the cat can jump the counter you have out there straight up. Oh, here I am. It's
Yeah.
like how? What the fuck? It's jumping like 9 times its
and
height
then when you drop it, doesn't it just land on its
every
feet?
time. You could throw it a
Don't
bit.
try that at home, kids.
So he does that. He does this thing. He'll play fetch. He'll literally play fetch. He'll grab it like a dog. He can jump and he'll catch with both hands and do a flip and then land. Like I just watch him in
Acrobatic.
amazement. Yeah, it's like going to Circus Olay.
Oof.
You know?
Don't like that. I don't like Circus Soleil.
Circus Olay.
Cirque du Soleil. I don't like any of them. But yeah, he's doing that all day though, or is it mostly like if you went down there, would you even say hi to him? Like, is he out? Is he just like waiting for you?
So I came
Would he
in.
bug you immediately?
I was gone for 2 hours. I came in. He came up to me. He laid on his back. You know, it's hard for me to get on the floor. But I got down there. I gave him a couple rubs. I went on the couch. He got on me. He does this thing
What does he do when you're on TikTok?
on TikTok.
Like if I lived with you a while, if you're on the couch
But
on
this is the
TikTok.
beautiful thing. He'll do his own thing. Like you don't have to worry about
really?
a cat
they're
entertaining
independent.
himself. Yeah.
Yes.
But when they want to be dependent, they're not annoying dependent. You know how a dog
Yeah.
is like, make it all about me. You don't even have time for TikTok.
Yes.
He'll do this thing where like he'll bite me, but not so soft that it feels like a gentle acupuncture massage with his teeth.
Yes.
And then he'll claw you in a way, and then he'll use his back legs to hit, and it's just I don't know. It's like a little fucking
great.
massage. It's like a little massage.
Is he trying to get your attention?
Yeah, he's just having fun, and then he'll go like this, and then you rub him, and then he goes, and then he'll get you again, and then with Brenna, they're on a whole nother plane of like they'll play hide and seek. Like he'll fucking go on the floor, she'll be on the bed, she'll look, he'll go, and then he'll fucking jump, and then he'll fucking run like it's wild, like it's like connecting in a way where I think there's more to this shit of like energy with
yeah,
animals.
have souls. That's why you shouldn't eat them. They have personalities. A pig would have that personality. No offense, but like
That bitch ain't jumping 10 feet.
Well, it's
No,
not
I'm
about.
kidding, I'm
But
kidding.
that's the thing
Can
is
you
like people
imagine?
always just
That's
go, "How can animals?" It's wild that this animal I thought was just this beady-eyed idiot
Yeah.
tends to like other people more, tends to gravitate. Like they
Don't say
all
that
do
about
that.
me. Do I have beady eyes? What
My
are
God.
beady eyes?
My assistant sent me
Like-
this amazing beady eye means like just no.
Is it beady eyes or?
What did you think it was?
You say it again.
Beady.
Bead. Oh, yeah.
Beady.
Okay.
Beady eyes.
I'm envisioning like Terrence and Phillip eyes, but
I don't know
anyways,
what
you're.
Terrence and Phillip is.
Hello, Terrence. Hello, Phillip.
Oh yeah,
South
where
Park.
it's just like a dot.
Yes.
They're like Canadian.
Just a dot. Yeah, they hate Canadians, and they have like Pac-Man mouths.
Yes.
Okay.
Hello, Terrence.
Yes.
We should get high and watch South Park more. Anyways, go ahead. Your assistant.
Yeah, she sent me a video from like Planet Earth or one of those Netflix shows about a puffer fish that does this amazing artwork. It takes him a week, and he's working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for 1 week, to compete with the tidal, like the currents of the ocean. And he just like kind of fluffs along the sand, and then he'll take little seashells and put them on different parts of the sand that is like raised up. And once you zoom out, it's this huge crop circle like thing that has, I mean, it's gorgeous. It looks like a dream catcher, and it's to attract a mate. And it's crazy. Like you see it like pick up these little shells and just put them at the tops, like it's doing an art project. Like it knows where it wants the shell to go, and it's at the top of this point, and then the other shell will be at the top. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen.
Was that on like what's that on?
She just sent me a clip that was, I think
Discovery
it's
or
Netflix,
whatever?
like Planet Earth or one of those.
I mean-
like the puffer fish works 24
Now
hours
you
a
would
day,
think that's an alien
7 days a week.
installment. Like if you didn't know the pufferfish did that, you would think aliens are on the bottom of the ocean.
I mean,
You know what I mean?
But
Like,
what's the difference between that and like
a cat playing hide and seek?
a cat that's playing hide and
Nothing.
seek?
Nothing.
Why isn't that an alien?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I get.
Why
what
don't
you're
we
saying.
eat cat? Why doesn't anyone eat cat?
Some
They don't have that much
places
meat.
They
Huh?
have to eat because
Who eats cat?
Pufferfish.
I think some
Like I'm wondering
just for
like
like the
they're
meat.
harvested anywhere. I know, but like dog meat is actually a thing. I'm just wondering, is dog more delicious
I
than
think.
cats? Cats are just it's too bland.
I
meat.
think cats aren't that don't have that much fat on them.
Oh,
But
they're
I don't know if
leaner.
dog. I mean, I think cats are pretty lean.
But I don't
compared
think you
to-
eat fat. You eat usually muscle.
Yeah, and I'm not thinking.
Right.
I don't think you eat big cats. There's not a lot of them.
I know, but why they would breed
Be a
anything?
delicacy, huh?
They just breed anything that
Yeah.
they wanted to
I
make
think
it.
it's hard to have a tiger farm.
They'd find a way, just make them so fat they can't walk, like they do with every other animal.
I'd bite you if I could fucking
Oh, it
walk.
makes me so sad when I see those like just any animal that's like deeply overweight and stuck in like a body that its owner's forcing it to have.
I get that way when I see really overweight kids, where it's like they just like don't have the choice,
Yeah.
and it's just laziness. And these kids are like, and they're so lively and happy, and
Yeah.
yet they're killing their kid.
Well,
But
yeah.
anyhow.
I think it's more like it's not good, but I always just feel I like almost like seeing it because I'm like, oh my God, there's someone that doesn't have the cultural stigma yet of feeling in a body that culturally so many people don't approve of. Like it's so I like fat babies where no one's concerned about the baby's health, even though people make snide comments constantly, like, well, that's a big baby, like to make the moms feel bad or something.
Sometimes that happens though because of food insecurities, and people don't have
Yes.
access to healthy foods.
Yes, but
So-
the problem is that fast food doesn't make people fat. It's the volume of food that makes people fat. So when I hear about food insecurity, I'm sure I don't know what I'm talking about, but it's not. If you just eat less of whatever the food you're getting, you won't be fat. Like you could eat McDonald's every day and not get fat.
It could hurt you though.
Yes, you could have. Yes, it for sure could. But I always just even a dog that's fat, there is something sad about it. And this is not a body shame podcast, but just the cultural stigma that you carry as someone that's in a body that Americans don't say or say is wrong or needs to change. I would say most Americans, not all for sure, and it's changing. I just go, oh, it's so nice that like that dog doesn't care. Like sometimes that's what I try to act like whenever I have an ego about anything is I'm like, what if I was a mailbox
Yeah.
What if, like, that was what I was trying to describe that one day where I was like, what if you didn't care? What if you had no ego? So, like, whatever you're worried about, oh, this Nashville show, is anyone going to show up? What if you were a mailbox?
Yeah.
Like, if is that person mad at me? What if someone tried to be mad at a mailbox? You would just be like, what? Who cares? Like, I don't know why I picked a mailbox, but I really feel like sometimes I just go, you're a mailbox, because I'm no different than a mailbox. I know I'm sentient, but like, sentience doesn't really mean anything. I'm just a bag of I'm just an object that has the right wiring that makes me feel like I'm a self, but I'm not. So I can be a mailbox.
So be a mailbox. I get what you're saying.
Quite often. Like,
I think fear, those fears and stuff.
If I'm sad about something, I'm just like, how would a mailbox respond to this? And it wouldn't, because it doesn't matter. That you can't put on like imperfection to a mailbox. A mailbox doesn't feel sad that it's like rusted.
I don't think it's like, yes, but I think you can do that to the point of then you're homeless and then like, no, but what I'm saying though is like
it's
people
like,
being at that show means money, which money makes
shelter,
shelter, which those are all those things.
You're not doing it for money as much as you're. I get that we're always doing stuff for money ultimately.
Well, for what money provides.
But
you could say no ego forever.
Banking.
Well,
you would have stayed
need
in real
a certain
estate.
amount of money. So maybe a certain amount of ego, you need even more money.
As I always say, comedians get into it because our self-esteem is low and because we want people to like us.
Sure.
So it has something to do with that as much as it does money. And I'm just saying, if you remove that, and mailboxes also need money, I guess. Like, they need maintenance to stay the way they are.
Yes.
But they don't have it. They don't care. There doesn't matter. A mailbox doesn't care if you don't like a mailbox.
To keep a mailbox going.
Well, let's just say
I get what you're saying. I'm just saying that
you
can play this until you're homeless and you have nothing.
But
and then you go, well,
that's what everyone says about free will when I say there's no free will. And they go, well, then why don't I just do nothing? It's like, well, that's not the point of saying there's no free will. The point is that you just need to know that you're still going to want to survive.
So even when you choose to do nothing, you're not choosing to do nothing.
No, you're not making a choice to do nothing. But I don't know why that works for me sometimes. It's just to be like,
no,
like
I get what you're saying.
You know, me and Chris are like having a fight or something. I will just be like, what if I was a mailbox and and let's say I think Chris is mad at me about something and I'm feeling a lot of shame about whatever it is. I just go, what if someone was like trying to shame a mailbox? Like, how would that because I deal with a lot of shame in every aspect of my life. It always comes back to like, I'm a bad person. I don't deserve things. I don't deserve things, and I'm not good enough to get things. And so I just always go, what if a mailbox felt that way? And you wouldn't, it wouldn't. You couldn't make a mailbox feel any way. Mm-hmm. And I know people can't make you feel a way, but yes, they can.
Well, sure. But I mean, I guess I think there's probably
like, I just think about like, if someone goes, your mailbox is ugly, I could be hurt. My mailbox doesn't change anything about the mailbox. And we could also be that same way of like, people's opinions of us could literally matter as much as
because the mailbox doesn't have to do anything except collect mail.
Okay, well, let's say it had to do something. My computer. Let's say my computer had to work.
I'm just saying it keeps elevating the more you have to do to survive.
We want to
survive mentally, survive financially, survive physically. A mailbox just is there.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
But I'm saying that we have to survive. If you get in a fight with Chris, has to survive mentally.
I know, but being shame or feeling like people don't like me is never going to make you do better.
I'm with you on that.
It's only going to, and people go, no, it pushes me. It doesn't. It pushes you off a cliff.
And it could push you in ways to where you don't even really want to end up being.
Yes.
And
like
give
it might make you work hard, but you
yeah.
might end up Tom Cruise, who looks happy but guaranteed miserable.
Oh, I mean, he's killed so many children.
Did you see him on top of that like Dubai thing, sitting up there with no restraint?
I mean, get over yourself. How do you get up there though? That's
What's
cool.
he thinking about up there? How good his windblown
he's a
hair
mailbox.
plugs look? Yeah, he is a mailbox of emotions. Thanks for coming to the movies again. We missed you. We got to go to break. Andrew!
Every rose has its thorn.
All right, we're back. I went to
the Cardinals
Chris's radio show.
Oh,
Had a remote today, where they were
remote?
broadcasting from a donut shop.
On
They
location.
do this. They do it. Yeah, a remote location. They were on. I think it's called doing a remote. But
Yeah, you're right.
When
A
radio
remote
stations,
broadcast.
yeah. This is
someone you are. Andrew just goes. He was fucking a TV clicker.
oh, I love it.
He was doing a remote.
You know what my favorite thing? Go into a hotel, take it right out of plastic, right out of the way, and just fucking. I can't do it through
Licking
the
it?
plastic. Yeah, I lick it. I put it
Wait,
in my
no, you
asshole,
don't.
and then I
You don't take it out of the
suck
pot. You don't put it out. Take it out of
Yeah, I suck
plastic.
its cock.
Well, you had these slap bracelets at the remote. It was so fun to
Kids
see.
died from those.
Kids died from slap bracelets.
I think they got recalled. Like those were the first jewels.
No,
Yeah, kids cut their fucking artery. They cut their wrists. With
maybe
them.
with like a faulty one, but I think it's very safe. These are so fun. I don't know why they fell out of favor.
Yeah, no,
I
trust
wanna
me,
get
I'm
some.
jealous right now.
They're so fun
Yeah.
to do. You just do
I
this
always
all
thought
day
they were
long.
very sexual. It's like first experience
like
with like
handcuffs.
like slapping.
Bondage.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
like a slap
Paddle.
and then ooh. Well, it is sexual. That's
Yeah,
fun.
it's very nostalgic.
It's so nostalgic. I was so excited about it, and I was thinking they're so cheap to make and very lightweight. They would be a fun thing to give out at shows.
Oh yeah.
But I just wonder if people would trash them. I just don't want to contribute more shit to the ocean, which this probably is. I mean, who's going to keep a slap bracelet for longer than a day?
Well, here's the thing.
I might be
There were
one.
millions of slap bracelets out of all
I
our
don't see-
listeners. Who still has one?
Yeah. Do you have pogs, slammers,
Slammers. Did you do
skip-its?
pencil break as a kid?
Spinners.
spinners? What's spinners?
Oh, spinners.
That's
That's not that
sexual.
long ago.
Things that you
Yeah.
put on your finger and they spin.
Wait, what?
No, you're talking the things for
Fidget
anxiety.
spinners?
Fidget,
Fidget spinners, yeah.
Yeah. Where did those all go? And those were just here.
Oh,
Those
yeah.
are in the Marianas Trench.
Pet rock.
Yep.
Be a pet rock.
Those are what. Yeah, that's what I'll do.
Yeah.
What would a pet rock think about this?
That's a little bit above a mailbox.
But does it make sense that like when you go, because if someone doesn't like my soda can and goes, "That's ugly," this soda can is not affected. The chemistry of it is not affected. The taste of it. Don't do a funny joke right now.
I'm
just
not.
serious. Like
I'm not.
Nothing
I think
about
I've
it's
been very
affected.
serious
so
about
if
these
someone
things.
tells me, "I hate your comedy. You're ugly,"
Yes.
like I don't like you, it instead of it impacting me and me like processing
Yes.
it and me
I
it
get
going in
that.
my brain and swirling around and then literally leading to stress and me working out more, me whatever, it could just mailbox.
You know what it's called?
Teflon.
Bruce Lee already covered this.
What is it called?
He said
Bite like a
he's-
butterfly, sting like a bee.
Yep, I'm
No,
Bruce
that was
Lee.
Muhammad Ali. Wait, that would be
It
a
all
funny game to
rhymes.
like try to come up with like famous quotes.
No, Bruce Lee
And who
said,
them?
"Be water." That's be water. So you take you can take shit.
Although,
Water
there
is
have been
always.
experiments where if you talk to a glass of water and you go, "You fucking piece of shit water,
It will
I
turn
hate
into
you,"
gas.
it like tastes or its pH balance gets changed. If you like scold a glass of water all day and then another glass, you're like, "You're beautiful water, thank you." I swear to God, there have been
I know.
experiments.
It's just so. That's the funniest experience.
It's true. Someone just like yelling at water.
I yelled at a big gulp, and it was fucking like.
I saw a study the other day that I posted on my Instagram, and of course I get a million guys being like, "Not true. Oh, I do not relate to this," to try to like get in my pants or like, I hate these. No offense to guys, I know I don't hate you as much as the
It's
guys that are the
neg of a
opposite.
yeah.
But whenever there's a study that says guys do this, guys don't go down
don't-
on women.
yeah.
Guys don't like. Well, the guys always go, "I'll go down on you. I like smart women." But the study came out just like the funny women study. Men do not like intelligent women. They like smart women from afar, and they will like them. I think like on the phone, and if they're in the next room or on video conference, in person, plummets their liking of them. But men say they like smart women. So the problem is we do not as a species understand what we actually like. We say we like something, but then our actions say different. And this was an extensive study that found that because
But
it means that you
But
can't
is there? But what are you?
subjugate
Are you
us.
talking about? I
can
know.
read the
I know
study
this
for you.
word opinionated sounds bad, but you would
No,
you like
these are
a
women
smart
IQ
Okay,
tests.
how about a guy? Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
I don't just straight up IQ because there's, I don't know how much of it has to be with intelligence versus like.
It's intelligence, man.
But why would we hate?
Versus-
Why would we hate just someone being smart? Like, what does that do? Because they see through our bullshit and then call us out?
Yes.
Okay, so then let's say a smart person that doesn't always call out shit that they know. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's a difference between.
No, if you guys know a woman is smarter than you based on test scores, you will like her less.
Interesting.
No matter what she looks like. You know, I mean, I'm guessing looks can probably trump this a little bit, but yeah, based on.
I'm just saying, like, if you dated a guy that was smarter than you, that did better on the SATs, whatever, and then like saw through bullshit that you did all the time, would you hate that he's smarter, or would you hate that he's
This isn't about someone being like, well, actually, George Herbert Bush was the first. It's not like, of course, that person's annoying.
I know.
This is about men who perceive a woman that they have not met to be smarter. They will not like a woman more based on nothing else than knowing.
That's interesting, because I don't feel
from
that.
test scores. But you don't know what you actually like, is what they found, because every guy says what you say. And then most of the guys in my DM say, oh, that is not true for me. That is not true. Wait, let me just read some of them. I'm so not true. I'm actually the contrary. And it's just like, I just wanted to find, I wish I would have found
I'm just saying,
the
I've met a lot of smart people where you have no idea how smart they are. Because
but this is a study where men do know. So if you were to meet someone, this is when you do find out someone's smart, aside from you haven't even met the person yet, you like a woman less.
It would be
I wonder
funny
like
to
how
see.
they conducted the study though. Like how
That's what I'm trying to find, because it is the way they did it was really interesting actually. And that's always what I love reading about these scientific studies, is how they do it. And because they're always so God, where is it?
I mean, it is interesting to think, like, if you went on Bumble or Tinder and if there was a box of like, what's your SAT score? And to see how that affects if men would swipe right or not.
Men may like the idea of a smart woman, but they don't want to date one. New research suggests that dating as a woman is, in fact, the worst. This is from the Huffington Post. Okay, let me just go to it.
Oh my God.
Men say they want.
Yeah, like
Talk
what
about
was the
something right
test
now.
group doing?
Andrew, talk. You guys
Maybe
talk.
like the woman walked in and she had glasses on, and they're like, "Fuck that! I'm not fucking that." Look at her glasses, fucking
She was
nerd.
dressed like a librarian. He didn't like her outfit.
What a fucking dweeb! Look at her with a beaker.
Yeah. Okay. So
until she slapped him with a bracelet.
yeah. So this is from. I guess this is a thing that was posted a while ago, and I just came across it. But this is. I mean, the research is all still there. Do men not actually want to date? A series of studies asks how far men and women have progressed.
Yeah.
After looking into mating preferences of more than 5,000 men and women, men desire smart, strong, successful women. 87% of men said they would date a woman who was more intellectual than they were, who was better educated, and who did make considerably more money than they did, while 86% said that they were in search of a woman who was confident and self-assured. What? This doesn't do it. God damn it.
Yeah, this is kind of.
Maybe it was just like a
No, that's what they say they want. No, this is not a headline. Okay, so here we go. In the first version of the study, the researchers this is a different study, had 105 undergraduate men read a hypothetical scenario about a woman who scored better than them on a test, and then asked them to rate how romantically desirable that woman seemed. In the second, they had 151 undergraduate men take an intelligence test, and then asked them if they'd like to meet the woman down the hall, who either scored better or worse than them on the test. Both of these studies found that when men imagined a hypothetical woman who was smarter than they were, or only knew of the woman in an abstract sense, they were interested in meeting her and even dating her. In the next two versions of the study, men interacted with a woman who either performed better or worse on an intelligence test than they did. After the participants met the woman, took the test while seated next to her, and heard both of their scores read aloud, male participants were asked to move their chair across from the woman's chair. They were then told to take a survey about their first impressions of the other, specifically how attractive and desirable they found each other. The researchers looked at the distance between the two chairs as a measure of how attracted the man was to the woman. Men who were partnered with a woman who scored higher on the intelligence test felt the need to physically distance themselves from her when moving their chairs. They also tended to rate her as less attractive and desirable to date than men who interacted with a woman who scored worse than they had. Boom.
But these women look different.
And it's after they were like shamed in front of them, or like embarrassed for getting a lower score. So did that have any
guess
impact?
What? That's what's going to happen in a relationship if you date a woman.
If you took two women, one being dumb as fuck and also not attractive, and then one being smart as fuck and attractive, The chair's going towards.
In the fifth version, men were either told there was a woman in the room next door, or they were seated face to face with a woman. Participants and the woman shared basic information like name, relationship status, age, and year in school. Then they took an intelligence test side by side and were told their scores aloud. The men were told the woman either scored higher or lower on the test, no matter how well they did. Finally, participants filled out a survey measuring how much they related to various stereotypical masculine qualities and how interested they were in the women romantically. The last two versions of the study found that men were less interested in dating and interacting with a smarter woman when she was face to face with them. However, in the fifth study, when she was psychologically distanced, supposedly in the next room, there was no difference in men's desire to date or interact with her, no matter how well she scored on the test. So multiple tests confirm that a woman, regardless of her looks, when in a room with a man and he knows she's smarter, doesn't want to be near her. But when she's in the other room and they don't actually have to be near her, this reminds me of guys before they realize like the responsibility of having sex with a woman and what it means, being like, I would love to be in a relationship, and then they fuck you and then they're like change their mind, or like just saying just assuming that you can do things. Oh, I can jump that high, and you try to jump on the counter like your cat and you can't, but you can't. Like, you want a smart woman, and yet when you're faced with one, no likey.
No, I get it. I mean, I think a lot of men are insecure and fucking they're little bitches when it comes to empowered women and like independent women and women making more money and women being the breadwinners. They fucking hate it.
Yeah.
I get that.
It says the takeaway. We don't always know what we want, even if we think we do. It seems that even if men say they want a smarter woman, when push comes to shove, they're not so into women who threaten their own intelligence.
Yeah.
Their findings suggest that there are conditions under which self-protective concerns may trump qualities of partners that seem desirable at a distance. Translation: men who blow off intelligent women might just be protecting their fragile masculine egos.
Yeah.
It's a bummer.
I do feel like, at least for me,
it's not
like
good. Me no like.
I feel like you can compartmentalize it.
Watch out, you're gonna get so many DMs now.
Wow, Nikki, you look great.
Drool.
I think like you could date intelligent women and you could be smarter in other ways than her just being book smart.
Have you ever pretended to be dumb in front of a guy, or just knew that your intelligence would threaten them, so you just kind of play dumb?
Honestly, I do it all the time.
All the time.
In work settings, not in my relationship. Because
work settings. I used to do it in relationships when I was not in healthy ones.
Yeah.
But in work settings all the time.
I use it.
Did you ever try
honestly,
to be smart and it backfired?
I just want to say, because I am a feminist, I want to say I use it to my advantage. And if a guy is dumb enough to fall for it, it helps me get what I want. So
yes, agreed. I mean, we do stuff all the time.
But can you remember points and times where you played smart as you can, and it backfired?
No.
So that's what I'm saying. So why are we playing dumb?
What do you mean?
Why are you playing dumb?
Because I've never tried to play smart.
I know, but I'm saying,
why would I do that? Why would I? Because I'm smart.
No, I know, but it's interesting
that would make me lose a job.
But we don't know that.
I mean, there are times where I know that when men like to be cucked a little bit, and they love a woman telling them what to do, and especially if someone is if I'm a subordinate, no chance am I ever going to because I think women are good at reading a room because we have to be, because men can murder us. So we have to know when they're going to be ticked off. We just have better instincts for reading people than men do, I think. And I think that I can absolutely tell when a man, I've seen it happen before where men just turn off or just stop talking to you or stop addressing you because you've been smarter about something than they have.
Yeah.
And so you just have to go, I don't know how to, you work this remote aux. I don't know. How do you put it?
I don't do that. I just like match it, or I just like, I'm very curious about things and like ask them questions, like explain things, even though I might know already, but it like disarms them, and then you go in for the kill. So.
Yes. I mean, I won't play dumb, but I will not try to I will help them get at the answer themselves, almost like a second grade teacher, being like, and then what if I do carry the 2 there? What would happen, you think? Yeah. And then they go 4, and I go, oh yeah, okay, good job. I wouldn't have gotten that.
I think I thought of that.
Yeah. But it's just interesting. I think a lot of things happen for women.
I
mean,
get
all
afraid to
humans
play
think they,
smart because I don't think I'm smart, so I kill it with. If I'm in a room, I go with humor, and that's how I get things.
Yes.
That's how I get a job, or that's how I go. You know what I mean? Like
Yes.
It's never I play up to my highest intelligence because I don't know.
Right. I seen you be smart in a room, and then you say something like, well, like you'll use a word wrong, which isn't really about intelligence. I mean, in some ways it is, but you'll like say, what was the one that you were like, I'm on hiatus? You'll say something like that, and people go hiatus, and you go, well, I'm dumb. I'm just a dumb guy. I'm a dumb. You literally, that isn't exaggerated. You just go, well, I'm dumb. I'm just a dumb. And then it's like you're turned off.
Well, yeah. I mean, there are
You
times
shut down
where
because you just go, oh God, I'm stupid. Because it probably brings you back to being.
Well, I
shame
feel
for
like
being-
if I'm not being listened to, I'm like, I don't.
Well, we
push.
are listening. You said hiatus wrong.
First of all, that was 3 times. No.
You know, like I think those things are not signs of intelligence. That's you just like not caring if it's Cirque du Soleil or Circus Olay.
Well, if
You know
I'm
what I
not
mean?
getting stuff from someone that maybe I would want, I tend to shut down instead of pushing even harder to make them like me more.
No.
I can't. I just can't.
Yeah,
I
that
can't.
is.
I've done it before, and it's just, and you never get the reaction that you are pushing for. Usually, I mean, it doesn't really.
Yeah, I used to.
But
like,
what do I
with
know? I'm just a-
boyfriends. When a boyfriend would get like mad at me, and then you go to like talking like this more, and like being like, oh, this is yummy, or like just being like fake, like new friends. Like Kirsten and I used to say, like, why are you being new friends suddenly? It's like
This is yummy.
this fake voice.
You're
and this-
eating a shoe, Nikki. I know.
I know I'm dumb. This isn't a biscuit. But yeah, biscuit. Yeah, I mean that is very hard for me to do, is not turn into people pleasing when like someone doesn't like me, even a girl, getting really, really nice, where I will actually treat her better than anyone I've ever treated anyone in my life because she's a horrible person.
Yes.
And she ends up getting the best of me, like all my energy to be so kind, so complimentary, so sweet, because she's a cunt. It's so weird when that happens.
Why?
It makes me
I
feel,
want to know.
It's
why that is.
codependency.
because we are desperate. But codependency isn't a bad thing. Like I think codependency gets a bad rap, but like no, it's not. Like we need each other. We humans need
the
each
cunt
other.
No.
Codependent?
You're
She's
looking.
codependent.
It's
No, but for real, it's-
codependency is basing
I'm
your
not okay unless
happiness
this person like me.
basing your happiness on someone else's feelings. It's not that like we rely on each other. That's what I used to think codependency was as well. But it's the emotional
Right.
thing.
Right. Oh my God, that's my whole thing. Like I think I'm shit. So unless someone else thinks I'm good, then I must be. If anyone ever has any seeking suspicion that I'm shit, boy, it's just then what does the only thing that's holding up my tent is the tent poles of people thinking I'm better than I think I am. So if those go away, I've got nothing.
Yeah.
You know, like
Not
that
if you're
is
a mailbox water tent.
well, tent, yeah, a tent that doesn't have poles or does have poles is still a fucking tent. It's so true. It doesn't really matter. I'm a mailbox. All right, that's gonna be my Wilco song. She's a mailbox. All right, guys, let's take a
jar.
quick break and come right back. All right, we're back. Let's do the news.
You heard it here first. Yeah, you heard it here first.
Oh man, it's Thursday, folks. You know what that means? It is Thursday. What are you gonna do? It's July 4th. You firing off fireworks out of your asshole, or are you gonna suck it down like an animal?
What?
I hope you're having all the swells.
Wait, what are you doing for fireworks?
I got nothing.
There's got to be some in St. Louis.
Where are you leaving? Don't
Yeah, I'm
they
going-
shoot guns or something in St. Louis or something?
I mean, every night.
Yeah,
So how do you think we
but
get to the
something
top
like
of the
up
list?
up in the air or something.
No,
That's July. That's January 1st. That's New Year's.
That's
That's a real thing. People
Well,
still do it.
I mean, you
wild.
don't have to worry about bullets flying. It's not like
Well,
you
you're on
just
the 12th floor.
bring a steel umbrella. Like
I'm on the
you'll be
3rd
fine.
floor. I'm still in bullet range.
No, I'm the 12th. It's gonna hit me first. It's gonna shoot up and go right down.
We're gonna be off on
don't tell
Monday.
people
We
where I
should
live.
we should
Oh
let
yeah, we are
besties
gonna be
know.
off on our
Holiday.
nation's birthday.
Where are you going?
I know it's not our nation's birthday. I'm going to upstate New York,
Oh, upstate.
Keene, New York.
Oh, girls trip.
No. I'm going on
Boys
boys
trip.
trip. Yeah, I'm going with.
Well, great, Nikki. So I have
Chris.
I have a
Oh,
great
I didn't
story
know
for
that.
you.
Yes.
All right, what do we got?
So just
Becky, you
just
know.
FYI for your future trip or trips, traffic to the Hamptons has gotten so bad that rich New Yorkers are getting bladder surgery and bladder Botox to avoid bathroom breaks on the drive.
That's so stupid. I love a bathroom trip. I love stopping at a rest stop for a bathroom break. I love it.
The problem
It
is
doesn't really
there's
take
no
that
rest
much.
areas. There's
Also,
no rest
whenever
areas
I
in the
stop-
Hamptons.
That's why. Got it. Okay. I thought people were just like, I don't want to stop.
I'm trying to think what. Yeah, there's a stretch there. I've driven a
Oh,
lot.
go through your Hamptons catalog. Oh, yeah, back in the day.
There's a stretch between east and south. For a while there.
People are just helicoptering in.
Helicopter?
Yeah.
Hillary copter. Hillary.
No, I've taken helicopters in and out of Hampies.
Same, bruh.
And so
I did it
Really?
once.
I would not do it again. I don't like
Yeah.
helicopters. They really scare
very
me.
scary.
So scary. I would take a passenger bus now though because I have no fear of that. But
Also,
we're going
just
to the Hamptons. We're
piss
going
in
on
a
a girls' trip.
Gatorade.
I'm going on a girls' trip with 11 girls.
Oh my god! Talk about my
Literally.
nightmare.
Kid.
But this weekend I'm going on a upstate to watch
that?
fireworks and jump off cliffs and I'll write a suicide note before I do that. No, it's like a cliff situation. I'm not doing the cliff jump.
Yeah, you are. I
Sarah
bet you
Lena
do.
did it
You'll
once.
do it from low.
No, Sarah Lena did it once, and she got it looked like a bullet wound. It was this gigantic bruise. She was like, "Nikki, never do that ever." She was like, all the boys do it. I have no interest in doing it.
Do a shallow one, short one.
Maybe
You'll
I'll
feel
do that.
good.
No, it's I don't want to do anything that is not actually approved by state law to be safe. This is just a bunch of boys being like, "That's fine."
Also, like bladder surgery to fucking, it's pissing in European Gatorade. bottle?
Yeah, you need more Gatorade space.
Yeah,
than
why
you think.
is that?
Your
What's
bladder
going on
carries
there?
a lot more than you think.
It's wild.
Just like we were talking about poop, like food compacts down to little.
Water expands to a lot.
I don't know what's going on. Someone's saying some mean stuff to that water.
God, you know
Yeah.
what?
Oh, it's so hard
I've
to do.
pissed
Men
trying to drive
have
one
an
time.
easier time with it.
I got so much piss all over me.
Yeah.
I mean, I might as well just have pissed all over myself and saved the Gatorade.
Well, it's also hard to figure out as a woman where the pee comes from and where to put the bottle over because it's just like starts just going everywhere. Because especially when you first start peeing in a car, it trickles
what
out
if you
because
put
you're
it
so
all
nervous.
in? Would you get the whole?
Yeah, like I would just put it like up in it,
Yeah.
like on it, covering every space. And
I've
then I would
used a
not
cup.
know.
Just put a cup.
Yeah, just right up there. But it's hard to pee not in a toilet because we're so used to going in toilets. You guys are used to standing up, it being like maybe going in the woods.
Can you
know.
cut it off like guys can?
Yes, my friend Hala can't though because she was born premature and she
yeah.
doesn't have any Kegels.
Man, she needs a whole fucking liter.
No,
of
that
Gatorade.
was what we discovered in high school. She had a peeing problem where she would pee every time she laughed too hard. And it would she would plug up her vagina with her foot. Like she would fall to the ground, plug up her vagina with her heel. And once it started though, it was too late, which I didn't understand. None of us understood. We just thought it wasn't that big of a deal because if she peed a little bit, like who cares? It's funny. But what we didn't realize is that once Hala starts peeing, there's no off switch.
It's like a
And we
dam
didn't realize it
breaking.
till one day when I was in the bathroom and I was talking to Hala, I had a bathroom off my bedroom and I was talking to her she was in my bedroom, like on my bed, like flipping through my CD book or something.
Yeah.
And I'm talking to her from the bathroom and I'm like, so later on, what movie do you want to watch tonight? And she talked and I couldn't hear her over my pee sound. So I stopped my pee stream and she answered, like Drop Dead Fred. And then I was like, oh, that's a good idea. And then I started peeing again. And she goes, and then all of a sudden her face around the corner. And she goes, what the fuck was that? And I was like, what do you mean? She was like, why did you stop peeing and then start again? And I was like, what do you, I couldn't understand it. But she was like, I don't know what that is. She had never done that.
Just an open faucet.
That it's just everything comes out. It's like a sprinkler system in
Yeah.
If you set off
Man.
the sprinklers, they just don't stop until they're all out.
It's so funny when
brings me
you're
back to
trying to
Columbine.
stop it right at the top of the Gatorade, and you're gonna get piss on you,
But you just can't help it.
but you can't
don't want
stop
that
it
little-
either.
Yeah.
And then you stop it, but then you always get
How
one
disgusting is
shot.
it when you see
Fucking-
bottles of Gatorade with piss in them around New York City with taxi cab drivers just like
Why is it always
Sad.
Gatorade?
because I think they have like a bigger hole at the top.
That's true.
I have a confession.
Yeah, the owner of Gatorade had
Okay,
a wide
Usher,
cock.
what's going on?
Yeah.
So
Next story?
This has not happened to me yet. But last night after Buzzy woke me up in the middle of the night, I went back to sleep and I had a dream. And it was a dream that I was hanging out with you, Nikki. You were in my dream. That was really cool. We were like in this like mansion and we were outside at the pool and you decided you didn't like your bathing suit anymore. So you just like got out of the pool and all of a sudden you like pull your entire bathing suit off and I saw your puss.
Oh my God. What did it look like?
It was
it
cute.
notable?
Are you playing dumb?
Huh?
But she's playing dumb.
You hear how she said it? Like, I saw your puss. Like, no, you saw
I
her
didn't know
fucking.
if I should use the medical term vagina.
Yeah, I didn't know what the
She didn't want to
medical term-
intimidate you.
Yeah.
It was bald.
But she is in another room, so you might be okay with
So
it.
how was it?
It was bald, and you were gonna go inside the house to look for another bathing suit. And I'm thinking like, oh, but there's people in the house. Nikki's gonna go in there naked. She's just gonna do that.
That's kind of like my new thing. I want to be more naked. All
Maybe
the
that's why
time.
she probably dreamed of it.
I really, maybe.
Oh, yeah,
It is
maybe.
in line with like exactly what I want to start doing. Like I think that we need to just have our bodies out and make people deal with them no matter what you look like. Like just take your fucking shirts off. I'm just so, I want people to have to look at our vaginas and have to like deal with like, this is what it is. I want to bleed everywhere and be like, this is what comes out of me every fucking month. You know, like I want people to like deal with it because I mean, I've talked about it before. I can't believe that I never knew how much blood comes out of me until one day I just didn't decide to put a tampon in. Our whole lives were just like, no, keep it in. Oh, keep this away from people. Don't inconvenience anyone with this. Now I want to spin up a little tampon around on a string and fling it at your fucking forehead. I'm so mad. I was like, I don't know, driving to that thing today, the radio thing, and I'm just like furious about Roe v. Wade. I just like, I was leaving Anya a voice message about just being angry about other stuff, and she was like, "Dude, it's like everyone. We're all like so simmeringly. If you're not mad, you're not paying attention." And I hate when people say that, but it's true. Like, you're not. It's just I just looked at a picture of myself on stage on Thursday night versus Saturday, and it was a different person. I mean, my shirt was on in one, and my shirt was off in the other. But I just think that it was just like, I don't know. I'm just not feeling very good about stuff. I hate.
Do you want to
Clarence
listen to
Thomas so
Fanthrax?
fucking much.
Might make you
I
feel a
wanna
little
listen
bit
to
better.
Fanthrax. It made me feel better, even though those people that left those notes probably did it before Roe v. Wade got overturned, and so it was a different world. Let's listen to some hope in women's voices for the last time. Let's get to Fanthrax.
The first one's just like
She's getting an abortion.
Yeah, it's like the most anti-abortion guy ever.
Okay, so let's start with calls from this week, and let's start with Shamara.
Shamara.
Hey, Nikki, Andrew, and
I know
Noah.
Shamara.
This is your bestie, Shamara, calling from
think we
Michigan.
met her.
Shamara.
I'm sure you remember me
Maybe
from
Detroit.
our meet and greet, Nikki and Andrew, in Royal Oak.
Yes.
Because of my unfortunate events of my car breaking down and
those people
everything,
helped you.
But the besties helped me out, and I made it to the show on time, which was really cool.
Yes, and then those
And
people
I just
went to the
wanted to
late
say
show.
that I had so much to say to you guys, but I was a hot mess express, super nervous.
Mess Express.
And I just thought it was really awesome that like besties in general are like people that help others, and we're like a little community, and it's really cool what you guys have created in the pod. And I work as a firefighter EMT, and when I'm not taking calls, I really enjoy listening to the pod and laughing, and I've been listening since U Up days, and
Oh,
you guys are just really great, and you did great at the show, and thanks for
Shamara.
everything you do, and jaded.
oh my God. Jaded.
Aerosmith.
Yeah. She was so nice. I remember her. I remember that name. What a name. Shamara.
Also, what a badass firefighter. Fucking.
I know. Wait, she's EMT firefighter, so she's not taking calls.
No,
She's
she's
listening
out
to our
there.
show. That's what she said.
Well, you got to pass the EMT before you get firefighter.
Wait, you have to pass the what?
EMT before you get the firefighter.
Oh, you have to start as an EMT?
Yeah.
You know this, Noah, right? Because Avi, does he want to be a firefighter?
No, he wants to do more like rescue stuff in like wilderness, but he has volunteered as an EMT with the fire department. So Andrew's not wrong.
Well, if he wants to do that, there's going to be more like fighting fires out there. Is that what he wants to do? Or just rescue people off like cliffs, like Girl Scouts that didn't go in groups of 3?
Yeah, just like rescue a group of people, mostly guys, and the one girl that doesn't want to jump off the cliff. He wants to rescue her.
Yes. Okay, sweet. I'll see you this weekend, Avi. Did you know that Girl Scouts, you should always go places in groups of 3? Because then someone there is to stay there with the victim or the person that's maybe injured, and then someone goes. So you always have 2 people in one place.
And 4 is a brothel.
I don't know why I remembered. Yeah, and 4 will get you
arrested
a citation
in Alabama
by Smokey the Bear on the woods. All right.
Okay.
Next, Fanthrax.
All right, here's another fun one from Justine on something you revealed this week.
Hey guys, it's Justine in Michigan. Just so you guys, when you were in Royal Oak, it was a great show.
Oh, thanks.
So I just listened about how your dad would freak out if the tiniest thing goes wrong, which actually made me think of my dad. We literally nicknamed him WCS, worst case scenario, because he always jumps to the worst thing. If I came home and I was like, I have to tell you guys something, he would immediately respond with, "You're pregnant." And I was like, no, I just got a bad grade on a test, but now I guess that doesn't seem so bad. So when I was 16, I drove to the mall to go shopping. I got this jean skirt at American Eagle. It was considered a mini skirt back then, but it was still like mid-thigh.
Yeah.
So I came home and he saw what I bought and immediately took it from me, drove back the 30 minutes to the mall to return it. Basically, he thought if I wore that, I'd get pregnant. He's psycho. Anyways, just had to share that story. Love you guys.
That's so funny. Yeah, again, men just thinking we're sluts. No offense to your sweet dad, but men are conditioned to just
You're
be
either a dumb slut or too smart.
Yeah.
You can't be.
Well, we're supposed to dress slutty to attract you. Once you read "Getting to I Do," you realize you got to put on skirts to attract a man, and then they hate you for it when they can't fuck you. And that's not your dad thing. Or if they end up
dating you and you keep wearing them and you're like, what?
Your dad thinks that men won't be able to resist you if you're wearing that skirt. That's probably his reasoning. Not that you were some trollop. But at the same time, there's some kind of implication that you want men to rape you if you are wearing that. Like the whole "what was she wearing" thing is obviously what people say in a cartoonish world, which is not really that far off from what people actually say.
Yeah,
you sure you want to report that? That's a powerful family in these parts, like that kind of shit. It does. I have a new, and I don't think this is a new theory, but I do have a theory that all of this stems from men thinking we're sluts, wanting us to be sluts, but only sluts for them. And the fact that if they can't fuck us exclusively, and then they don't want us to be sexual at all.
Yeah, they don't want you to have freedom to fuck who you want.
Sorry, it fits in sliding scale to like men not being able to handle that you've had an ex-boyfriend or like that you fucked other men. They know that you have. They can't hear about it because it's just too threatening to your egos. What is that? Why does it lead to legislation that takes our ability to like control our own bodies? Why does it lead to that, Andrew? I know it's not your fault, but it's on the same continuum. Do you know what I mean? And it's not that women don't get jealous too, but we don't try to stop you from coming. Mm-hmm. What is it?
I don't know. As someone that can
do you agree
jealous,
with me? Final thought. What do you think men taking away our right to abortion is about?
No, I think that has to do with it.
Yeah.
I think it has to do with. I just don't think they want independent, empowered women that can think for themselves and will probably vote against them because they're mostly men in government.
Here's my reason why I don't think they want women to be empowered. Because if we all get together and we really harness the strength of our sexuality, which is the thing they want us for and the thing they hate us for.
You could take over the world. If
Monica Lewinsky wearing a little bit of a short skirt walking by the Oval Office made a man give up risk losing everything that his whole career had built to, the number one position in the U.S. government. He put that at risk in the line of fire for a blowjob or two. What could women do? How much could women take over the world by just being a little bit more pointed and organized about how we use our sexuality and how we don't give it away, how we use it to get it. We could take over the world. That's why they don't want us to have our sexuality. That's why they don't want us to ever feel like
people poor. They want to keep everyone poor. The more kids you have, the more poor you're going to be. That's how they look at it. Which I find kind of weird because I'm like, then are these kids gonna vote Republican when they get older? I don't know.
No, they're not gonna vote. Poor people don't vote.
Oh.
It's so their vote is negligible. Like it doesn't.
Oh, so they figured that
poor people can't get off work to vote because they have to be in an Amazon boxing facility for 100 hours a week.
Yeah.
So poor people don't vote because they also don't have a good education because they live in communities where we don't let them have good educations, and they're working all the fucking time to make a wage that isn't even living. I was talking to my dad yesterday because my mom is like, "You and I are getting out right before it gets really bad." To my dad, because it's true, they are the perfect for humanity. Being born in the 50s was the best time ever because you're going to be gone before shit really starts getting funky.
But they had to go through Vietnam and shit.
My dad didn't get drafted. I mean, there's always wars.
No, I know. I'm just saying.
Compared to the atrocities of even modern times, and if we're going further back in humanity, being born in the 50s in the United States is the greatest thing that could have ever happened to you. We're the luckiest. I mean, you and I being born in year 1963 and me in 1984, we are so lucky too. Yeah. But it is I was in
the womb for 17 years. Got fucking hot in there. I always think kids should stay in. I think kids should be in the womb until they're 4 or 5. Think about that. But just then I guess as a woman that would suck to be pregnant for 4 years. But
we gotta.
Then you don't have to deal with the baby. It's not about the woman.
Well,
this is kind of going again.
Last night at the game, the baseball game I went to with my family, I hooked up Forrest, the baby, to myself. Like we were almost going skydiving. Like he was in front of me and I was his instructor. And it is so easy to have a baby like that where it's just attached to you and you don't have to hold it. Why doesn't every person carry a baby that way? I really need to know. And I understand it takes like a lot getting the baby into
I think
things,
if you fall on your stomach, it's dead.
Well, if you fall
all your weight's
carrying a baby, it's not a good thing either. I mean,
I'm just saying that's what I think it is.
But I don't think that's why they don't do it. I think it's because they're like, well, you got to put the baby in and you have to strap it in. There's got to be a way that there is a thing, an apparatus that you can wear where the baby can get in and out of it very quickly, and you don't have to. Like when I carry Marion in a satchel, carrying something even a slightly like 10 pounds becomes very cumbersome after a while.
Oh my God.
I was walking around that game and I was invisible.
I think about flying. I look over at people with babies when they fly. They can't nap. You got to be fucking awake the whole fucking time just with this baby.
Why would you ever want one?
Holy shit.
Last night at the baseball game, I went with my nephew and niece and another nephew. I was walking around the park. I got recognized a couple times, but then I put that baby on my body and no fucking men looked at me. It was like I was invisible because they knew that I couldn't get fucked. It is insane how invisible you are when you have a baby on you.
You think
like I went from being
less
recognized
than being pregnant? You think what?
Being pregnant, it's almost like sexual because you know that woman, like she's not burdened by a baby yet. You know, she's
so as long as you don't see the baby,
she can make time to suck your dick still. There's not a baby.
Some
on her
women
tit.
will suck your dick with the baby.
Yeah, but it was weird. Like I really felt invisible when I was holding Poppy's hand. I had this baby wrapped on me, and no one looked at me. No, like you can tell that, and I looked cute. I was wearing short shorts, long blonde hair. Like I was wearing a tiny tank top with no bra, but there's a baby in front of me. There's no one looking at me. And it just made me sad. It made me sad that like as soon as they're like, oh well, someone already came in that, I don't want it. I'm sorry this is a man hating episode, but don't hate all men. It's just a lot of you. Any final thoughts from you?
Oh yeah. If you're going to
all right, guys, don't be cut. And
can I sing my song? Can I sing my song? Can I sing my song? Can I please sing my song?
Yes, okay, please.
Jackson 5.